Hello and welcome to the Too Much Time on Our Hands podcast. You're joining us tonight, just the three of us, Russ, Dan and Tom, and we are going to be taking a look at the things that we've been up to and a little bit of news too. It's one of those pods, it's simple, it's safe, it's fast, and we are 26 minutes behind schedule, but don't worry, the content is still going to be of a standard, and that's a commitment from us.
It's going to be of a standard.
It's going to be of a standard. I'm just, pending litigation, that's what we're going to say. Just intros, obviously, I just said our names, but Russ, hello.
Greetings.
Wave, just wave.
I have done a wave.
Yeah, wave, Dan. Hello, Dan. And it's hello from me, Tom. Thanks very much for joining us on the stream. If you're watching us, if you're listening to us, thank you very much for listening to us as well. Thanks, Dan, for listening to me. Moving on with the segue into the next bit. So, as I said, we're just going to be talking about what we've been up to and a little bit of news. So, with no further ado, do you know what? Let's start with some fucking news.
News. Yeah, let's get some fucking news done. There's not much. We've got Sony buying Bungie. That happened for, I think, 9.8 million, something along those lines.
9.8 billion, I think. Yeah. 9.8 million is pocket change in the computer industry.
No, I know it's not how these things work, but this really does ring of, like, it's late at night, Sony's had a glass of wine or two too many. There's like articles from business magazines all around talking about Xbox purchasing things, and they're just going, "Oh, fuck it, I was going to go get one," and they went out and sort of drunk eBay'd Bungie without really thinking about it too hard.
Are you trying to say Sony were just like sitting there late at night and just sent Bungie a text message saying, "Hey, you up?"
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just.
Sorry.
Having been slighted by Activision, they're kind of like, "Hey, you up? Can we come over?"
It's a really interesting one though for me because the terms of the deal seem to be, even though Sony have given them $9.8 billion, they don't seem to be getting a lot of cast iron promises, exclusivity.
No. It seems control. To basically be the case that Bungie could have said, "We're going to make everything we do Game Pass exclusive," and Sony was still like, "Yep, sure, no problem.
It's fine.
We just want to own you."
Yeah, You do realise
you guys make the Halo. You guys make Halo, right? Yeah, we've bought Halo. Yeah. We've done it.
Well, I mean,
they bought Call of Duty. We bought Halo. They bought Crash Bandicoot. We bought Halo. Well, you didn't buy Halo.
Yeah, sorry, Halo's off the table.
You know how people don't really like Destiny anymore, or that's what you bought.
We've been very unfair to it. Like, I'm sure this has been in the works for like a year.
Yeah,
and like if they had announced this before the other one, it would have been, oh wow, this is an amazing development. But now they just seem like it really looks like they're just sort of bitter and twisted and going.
It is hilarious because Sony have come out and said this isn't the last studio they're going to acquire. They're going to acquire more studios. So, I mean, that comes across as really, well, we're going to acquire studios too. Really kind of like defiant.
We're going to acquire our own studios with blackjack and hookers.
Yeah, we're going to acquire better and bigger studios than they've got. We're going to acquire Warner Brothers. But it's. I mean, the obvious one would be Capcom going to Sony, right?
Yeah, I think they've got a very close relationship anyway, haven't they?
Yeah. That would be my guess anyway. You right, Tom?
Yes, I'm listening.
Okay, good.
Totally listening.
Jack says Bungie are the Village Bicycle by this point.
I mean, it's a race for desperation, isn't it? I personally don't. Like I said, I don't see what Sony get out of this really, apart from some properties and a potentially good game producing studio, because they have done really great games in the past, and everything's beginning to fall away from them.
Yeah, you're right. They've done really great game.
Great in the past. Hey, what about the marathon games? The marathon games were big. I mean, they weren't Halo big, but sure.
It's different. It's not the same company. It's different. It's like completely different people now.
Yeah, because all those people eventually went on to work at 343 even. So now Bungie is the Destiny company. Keeping Destiny as a live service can't be easy. Keeping Destiny as the only really successful live service on consoles can't be easy at all. So I'd imagine that it's the case of like, essentially what PlayStation have bought is essentially what they have bought is Bungie, but essentially what they bought is Destiny 2. And I suppose there's an element of, well, all of Destiny 2, all the DLC is on Game Pass right now. So you could, maybe Sony could now say, right, take that shit off Game Pass. You're mine now.
It will.
But I don't think they will.
Game Pass. I think it will. I think it will.
Well, Sony are talking about their own like live service now as well, like their own. So it's a matter of time before Sony release their version of Game Pass. But it's the case of whether Sony are willing to give up the day one exclusives like Microsoft have been.
And this is where, like, I know we talk up Game Pass a lot, and it is an amazing service, but this is the flip side of it. Stuff isn't on there permanently. You don't own any games, and you can't really complain when they get taken down.
Well, you can.
You can complain. You can thump and whinge and shout at pigeons, but it's not going to do anything.
Oh my god! I remembered the other news.
Other news.
Yay! Other news.
Other news.
The Halo TV series trailer dropped.
And no one liked Cortana. Well, 50% of people liked Cortana, 50% didn't.
What
50 people like, she's not naked and blue enough.
Yeah, that's kind of how I imagined her to look in a TV series rather than a game. I don't think
she looks pretty much exactly the same as she does in the game, just not like glowy and blue.
You're not a fan, Tom?
Well, no. I mean, it would have been so easy to make her look exactly like she does in the video games, which is what everyone remembers Halo from. And instead, they've made her look like a real person, which she's not meant to be. She's an AI construct.
Do you not think? Okay, so the equivalent of that was when you watch Resident Evil with the kid in that. I can't remember. I don't know Resident Evil lore enough
Alice?
to remember. Yeah. No, the
Are you talking about the Red Queen?
Child. Yeah. Yeah. How did you feel about that? Because that is what they could have done with Cortana, I suppose. Part of me thinks that they wouldn't have not tried that, if that makes any sense. But then I remember Sonic, so I know I'm not so sure. I mean, it doesn't bug me that much. I think it looks fine. I think it looks okay. I am of the opinion that it might have looked a bit jarring if they're just trying to recreate the game, if that makes any sense. But there is, as realistic as the game looks now, there is still a difference between a video game and live action.
Well, yeah, but the quality of the cutscenes in the more modern Halo games still have Cortana very obviously as a hologrammatic construct that you see, and despite how naked and blue she might look at some points and as curvy as they made her in Halo 4, and in Halo 5 she was wearing a Forerunner kind of uniform, and in Halo Infinite she's still wearing that, but she changes at the end, spoiler alert, slightly, and so it's still very obviously meant to look like an AI sort of digital person rather than what we've got, which actually probably looks too real. It probably just looks too polished. I know there's a difference between live action and video games, but when the quality of the video games cutscenes are so high and still make her look like a digital representation, the fact that the live action seems to have gone to a fleshy Cortana, like almost with skin and stuff like that, it just I don't know. As a Halo fan
it was surprising. Also, I think the only other thing to say is, like, this is only a trailer. It might turn out that that's not it. Either is not the finished look, or they're holding something back and it's going to change or something.
Or they're doing a Sonic and they're just doing it for the publicity.
I don't think they did that for the Sonic for the publicity. I do think they did it because they were like, hey, people don't have joined together eyes.
But I mean, they saw what happened there, and they were like, "Oh, cool, we can whip up some publicity just by putting out a trailer with a weird-looking Cortana in it."
See, I'm of the opinion that I'm kind of the opinion that maybe what they did was they're just trying it out, seeing what it looks like, and if people don't like it, then they'll probably change it.
I don't know. I mean, that's what you use, like focus groups and sampling for. And
yeah, but focus groups are notoriously
it's pretty expensive to do
a
a complete VFX human recreation thing, and they go, no, let's change it. So,
I mean, all they've done is really put a bit of a sheen on someone with a blue wig, essentially, in this version. So I don't hate it, but equally I can understand why people would be annoyed by it, especially considering they've got the actual character model and voice actor of Cortana from the video games as well, which I think makes it slightly more jarring when she then doesn't look like the Cortana in the video games as well. So yeah, I get it, I do get it, but it just doesn't bug me. It's the long and short of it. I think it's fine. I think the trailer looked good. I think it looks better than anything else we've had Halo-wise in the past as well. Not up against a great deal. Although the animated, was it Legends? That was really good.
Yeah, but there was also a there were some animated Halo series about John and the Spartans, which looked amazing, and they still made Cortana look.
But once again, they're animated. So, like, it's probably slightly less. The other thing is, maybe it doesn't look great. Maybe they figured it's not a great thought that if there is a relationship between Cortana and Master Chief, and maybe it's a bit weird to think of Cortana as less human looking. I don't know. I get the feeling either one or two things has happened. Either they've done their homework and this is going to be fine, or they've definitely not done their homework and the whole thing's going to be terrible. So I will patiently wait and see.
Yeah. And we'll leave Reddit to start screaming, no, more naked, bluer, bigger tits.
Yes.
Whoa,
yes.
You read my post.
We'll be leading the charge. Leading the charge. Yeah. I've got some news.
What's the news?
Yes. Dying Light 2, Stay Human, is out, and the reviews are positive. And PC Gamer, who are a source of a lot of news for me because I read it avidly, have said in their verdict at the bottom, an underwhelming story, but a massive, exciting sandbox of parkour and kinetic combat. And who doesn't love that combined with a zombie apocalypse?
So essentially what they're saying, more of the same. From the first
more of the
one.
same, but better action. Basically, it's bigger and better. Yeah, Techland's open world zombie parkour sequel is bigger and better than the original. And
that really sounds like some marketing department has just strung together a load of popular words at the moment. Open world parkour zombie battle royale.
Yeah,
go make that.
I've got more news.
Yes.
Battlefield 2042 did not meet expectations.
EA boss says.
Yeah, Electronic Arts CEO Andrew Wilson there with the biggest say what of the year there, basically saying that Battlefield 2042, the overhyped and rushed to launch video game, didn't meet expectations, which is much like what CD Projekt Red said about Cyberpunk 2077. It's not been a good year.
More on that later.
Oh, is this? Yeah, okay. And I have one more bit of news.
Nope.
AMD are going to be following up the already quite shit RX 6500 XT graphics card with an even lower spec GPU this May. So, as if the 6500 wasn't shit enough, they're bringing out a shitter card. And this is the one that there'll probably be millions of.
It's like they've taken the same amount of graphics card and just like diluted it. We will put.
It does make me wonder. Like, can you not? I know it doesn't work this way, but hear me out. Can you not? Obviously, you're diluting the graphics card, and you're probably using a little less silicon in these graphics cards.
Yeah.
To make.
I imagine they basically make them in like a blender. They pour in some silicon and some AI and a bit of rays.
Fans. Yeah,
and they blend it all up and they pour it into like a mold, like an ice cube mold, the shape of, and then they just put the little brass pins in, and that's how you make a graphics card.
Yeah, that sounds about right to me. I think that is.
I mean, you've got to strap a fan onto it as well.
We've all built our own computers.
Yeah, we're basic professionals. We know what we're doing.
It's basically like, because we don't have enough chips.
Yeah,
we'll put as many as we can on each one, and the bits where there are holes, we'll just jam some stuff in, just from the floor.
Yeah. We're going to start doing communal graphics cards. You have one that sits in a box in the middle of your street with a very long wire that goes out to everyone's computer, and you all have to share the same graphics card.
Excellent. Yeah. Like the electric charging infrastructure, it'll collapse within moments.
Basically, lean in if you are a crypto bro. Can you please fuck off now?
Go fuck yourselves.
Just go fuck yourself, please. Because, like, at some point, I don't need one just yet. My graphics card's absolutely fine for the time being. But in the near future, I'm going to want a new graphics card. So if you could just fuck off and take your bullshit crypto with you, that would be wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah. We don't care about what you're doing.
Yeah.
Anyone who wants a graphics card is fucked because of you lot.
Yeah. I've got some more news.
Can I just have a quick interjection here?
Bullshit.
Interject.
Bullshit. So no, we did. Sorry, it's just a quick question for us actually. That's come from one of our long-time viewers, long-time listeners, direct to my phone. So we've just done some recording for a very exciting project that we will tell you more about probably around sort of March, May time. That we were invited to do. Very, very exciting. I wish I could tell you more, but the guy that we were doing with is a very long time friend of mine. Chris, if you're out there, thank you very much for listening and watching. He asks Russ, what do you use to make your hair look so amazing?
Oh, thanks, Chris.
It's a unique combination of age and stress.
Excellent. There you go, Chris. Asked and answered.
It doesn't happen so much anymore, but a lot of people used to like. I think when I was grey but didn't visibly look middle-aged, loads of people asked me like what I dyed my hair with. Because like before I was complete, I had some quite good like Cruella de Vil sort of grey streaks going on, which looked quite deliberate.
I think he's focusing more on its lustrous and silky looks. How do you keep it looking like that?
It's just like that.
What products do you use?
It's basically just like that. Yeah, you can't. Like my hair's very thick, so it either has to be like this or I'm bald. There's no in between, or I look like a dandelion. If I cut it like, I can't go like mid length unless it's long enough to like pull itself down under its own weight. It just sticks vertically up. And
you've never complained about the mid length before.
Looks pretty dreadful.
Well, there we go. Chris, thanks for the question. Absolutely fantastic question. Keep them coming, mate. So yeah, sorry, moving on. No.
Yeah, I got cut my lip and I just drank some whiskey and it hurt.
You look like you were doing that Leonardo DiCaprio face that you see in all the memes.
Which one's that?
The face.
Oh.
Yeah.
My very favourite meme, by the way, so thanks for that. Jamie says he's got an RTX 3060. Congratulations.
What a bitch.
Someone got a card. Someone got one. Well done.
I can only imagine how much money he had to part with for a 3060.
Mm-hmm.
I can only imagine. But
I mean, they are in the marketplace. It is moving. So if you're lucky, congratulations. But you can buy one now. You just have to expect to wait months to get to the front of the queue.
Interesting though, in the context of his comment, I have an RTX 3060 smug face. That I took to imply as he bought one just now.
Mm-hmm.
But it could be just. Oh, it was this week?
Oh, last week. He bought it last week and got it on Monday.
Blimey. Okay, fair dues. All right. Well, cool. Well done. Where did you find it? Let us know in the comments.
Tom is absolutely seething.
I am. I could really go for an update of my graphics card. I could really go for one. I could go for a 2080 or something like that.
I wasn't that fussed, and then I was unimpressed with the water effects in Cyberpunk, and I was like, no, I need a new graphics card.
I mean, I've got my Beaver settlement has got to such a point that I'm now having to turn the graphics settings down to get it to run smoothly. So clearly, I need a new graphics card.
Yeah.
As soon as I hit 1,000 beavers, it started to really chug.
Oh my God, £750 was the price that was paid for the 3060. Thank you very much for revealing that information in such a public forum. It hurt to pay that much. I don't doubt it.
I think you can't look. The RRP is a meaningless figure at the moment, and RRP is always fairly meaningless. Like price is a function of supply and demand, not what someone thinks sounds reasonable.
Most graphics cards don't exist. It's that simple. Most graphics cards just don't exist. They send something to Linux, they send something to Chase 2 cents, but they don't actually exist. Like, other than those versions of them. They're like, when you see prototype cars on like Top Gear and stuff like that. And it's like, here's a car that the door opens by fart power or something like that. And it's like, they're never going to release this car. It exists in that one setting there. And it's the same with graphics cards as far as I'm concerned.
You have to do a squeaker at the right tone to open the door, and it can't be. It has to be. There you go,
jokes.
Opened.
I love it.
We have literally reached the bottom of the barrel.
So there's new stuff coming to Game Pass.
Ooh,
Game Pass.
Yeah.
fuck you, Sony. Fuck you, PlayStation.
Yeah. So we have Contrast, which is Compulsion Studios' first game, I think. Dreamscaper, no idea what that is. Telling Lies, which was a mobile-only game, I think. Done by the same people that did that game I really like.
Oh yeah, that one.
The one which is the videos, and you've got to piece together the videos to find out.
Oh, Her Story.
Her Story, that's the one, yeah. Thank you, Tom. Besiege, Crossfire X, which is only on console.
Besieged
though,
is
and
very
it's-
good.
Is it?
That's the sort of it's like Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts, but with real murder.
With real murder.
Yeah,
Gotta love
it's
it.
good.
Skull, the Hero Slayer, Edge of Eternity, The Last Kids on Earth and the Staff of Doom, Ark Ultimate Survivor Edition, Infernax, Grounded, Microsoft Flight Simulator, World Update 7,
Yeah.
Australia, now available.
Ah.
Some okay stuff.
Yeah.
They did update everything that's coming out this year on day one, and it is utterly ridiculous. There's some games I didn't know that were coming out day one, like Sniper Elite 5, for example, is now been like Game Pass day one.
Really?
And, yeah. And Total War 3 I did know was day one, actually, thinking about it. But there's loads of really good games coming Game Pass day one. Really exciting. Exciting times, guys. For
So
both
exciting.
PlayStation
Cool.
and Xbox. So yeah.
So exciting. I need new trousers.
Oh, Tom needs new trousers. We'll get him some new trousers.
I'll get you some new trousers with that.
I'll get you some trousers,
YouTube
baby.
cash millions.
Oh, yeah, you know it. Yeah, you know it. I'm very tired.
Yeah.
Basically haven't stopped this week. It's Jamie says, I can't wait to play my 15-year-old games on a brand new card. I'm so sad and old.
That's what it's all about.
No, it says crad
Crap.
on my brand new crad.
That's mainly what something like Game Pass is for. It's for scrolling through and going, oh yeah, I played that when I was 25. I'll download that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What's that? A new game?
Exactly.
No, that sounds difficult.
It sounds like a lot. I'm not sure about that. Exactly. Yeah. I don't think there's anything else news-wise. I haven't watched the latest Book of Boba Fett yet, so I don't know about it. Although apparently something big happens.
This is as in the one that came out today.
Yes, the one that came out today.
Developers have got their hands on the Steam Deck
Oh yeah.
and are saying it just works for real. Apparently, the guys have been using the dev kits and they are finding it incredibly easy to use and adapt everything over to the Steam Deck platform, which is really good news because that's the point. We just want it to work.
It just worked. That's all we wanted to know.
Works.
Yeah.
But it goes
I
back
do
what
have
people
some
keep saying
more
about it.
news.
It is just a PC. There's nothing that weird in there.
No, but there doesn't need to be, and nor should there be.
I do have some more news. I forgot.
Yes.
So it's Groundhog Day today,
Yes.
right? This is on comicbook.com. One New Jersey groundhog passed away before he could give the customary spring report. Milltown Mel told the people of his town when they could expect the season to change for 6 years. Reporting indicates that the lifespan of groundhog is 3 years, so he lived a full life. However, the people organising the groundhog ceremony for Milltown were taken off guard by the news. We're fucked.
Oh, dear.
So they also looked into how long Phil was living the same death for in Groundhog Day. Have you seen this as well?
20. Well, it's either 20 years to hundreds.
It's 10,000 years. Someone's worked out how long it would take for him to get to know everyone, become fluent in all the things he's fluent in, learn all the things that he's learned, and they worked out it's like 10,000 years.
Yeah, it's obviously far long. Like you can't just do it by counting the days.
Yeah,
because he gets to even just learning the piano to that level by having sort of a half-hour lesson once a day.
Yeah,
is going to be years alone.
And in other news, Madden curse being blamed for Tom Brady's retirement.
That's quite fair.
What?
Yeah. So it was Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes on the front cover of Madden this year. Patrick Mahomes just went out in the championship game in an unlikely fashion after going up in the first half, after playing a reasonably bad season for the first half and then played well. And Tom Brady retired, so the Madden curse is technically alive and well.
I mean, the Madden curse will always exist because at some point in a season, something bad is going to happen to every single player.
You're right, Russ. Curses are real, and that's why the Madden curse exists. That's exactly right. Well done.
Yeah.
And there's a new Batman trailer, and the music's really good. But not much I can do apart from say the music's really good. It is really good.
Have you seen the final trailer for the Jackass movie?
Yes.
It looks so funny. I genuinely think that might be the first thing I go and see in the cinema after lockdown. It's getting really good reviews as well. Should it be something like Dune? Really something to soak in just these gorgeous long shots. No, I'm going to go and see Jackass in the cinema.
Yeah, I'll go see Jackass with you.
I laughed like an idiot all the way through that trailer.
Yeah,
it's so funny.
I've rewatched it recently, and I laughed just as much, if not more. I have not grown as a human being. So it's Adam, who is a Bengals fan, who beats the Chiefs. And if you want to know more on that, he has a podcast as well, and he go follow Touchdown Tips on Twitter.
Nice.
And I have a podcast as well, all about American football, Gridiron Gentlemen. It's not edited yet, so don't wait. You have to wait. All right, just be a bit patient. Yeah, God, stop pressuring me.
All right, chill, man, chill.
This is how it works with Dan. You can meet him for the first time, and within about half an hour, he's talking in a way that makes you feel bad because it feels like you're putting pressure on him to get the podcast that he's just invented to do with you up.
That's not true. That's not what I meant at all. But yes, also Houday. I am on the side of the Bengals for the Super Bowl this year, so looking forward to that. I just don't like the Rams very much, basically. Don't like Matt Stafford very much. Don't like his face.
Where's it going to be?
It's in LA as well.
Oh, really?
So it's the Rams got a home Super Bowl. Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully Burrow will be on next year's cover. That's harsh, Jack. Not very nice at all. I think that's it news-wise. Should we talk about what we've been doing?
Yeah.
Who wants to kick us off?
Well, so I mean, been watching Book of Boba Fett, and
what do you think?
It is
without giving
firmly all right, isn't it?
It's the first the best episode so far was the last episode. I haven't watched the new one.
Yeah, so not gonna talk about it because people might not have seen it, but the last episode does not count as an episode of the Book of Boba Fett. Other than that, it feels very unnecessary.
The episode before was quite good as well, by the way. Worth mentioning.
It was all right, but then there's some very questionable decision making in that.
Okay, so now you've seen the episode that's been mocked quite heavily.
I mean, that is basically all of them.
Okay, the one. Have you seen this, Tom?
No.
Okay. I don't want to spoil it because I want Tom to go in fresh when this
is not a spoiler, but I think my problem with it is that he's done fuck all. He has not done anything.
He doesn't. Yeah. But then that's true to the rest of the Star Wars series. Doesn't do anything.
That's not a good thing. It just shows.
No, I know.
Maybe we shouldn't have made a TV show about this action figure.
Yeah, but that's.
Yeah, I think my problem is that he has done literally nothing, and I don't know what he is trying to do. And isn't there a show that was pretty good about a guy stomping around in Mandalorian armor doing cool shit? Oh yeah, I remember. It was really, really good.
Yeah. Do you not find it at least amusing that Fennec Shand does kind of everything?
Well, yeah, but again, that's quite annoying. She just sits there eye rolling at him, clearly thinking, "Mate, I could be doing this far better than you."
To be fair, he's just so he seems to just be like, "Oh, that walk was stressful. Oh, I better get back to the Bacta tank." Like it's just, I'm with you. Like he doesn't ever seem to do anything. But but at the same time, there is some good episodes. The first 3 episodes are shit. Everything after then, I think, is good.
So you're saying there's one good episode and one that isn't actually an episode of the Book of Boba Fett?
I'm saying what I've heard, and I've seen some spoilers, so I don't want to ruin it for everyone. That the latest episode is in fact very good as well.
Okay, I mean, I'm going to watch it. It's got Star Wars in the title, so of course I'm going to fucking watch it. I don't have to bloody like it though, do I?
Star Wars really does treat us like shit a lot of the time, though, doesn't it?
like a big dick slapping you around the face every now and then.
Yeah,
just,
with a Mandalorian helmet on it.
Ooh. See, there's a new Star Wars coming out. I'm going to go see that at midnight. Yeah, let's go see Star Wars. New Star Wars, excellent. Well, that was average.
Star Wars!
Yeah. Like to the point where when I watched Rogue One, there were many reasons I was crying in the cinema. But one of them was, oh my God, they did a good one.
They've done a good one.
They've done a good one.
And then they did Solo.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, they done one. They done another one.
Solo, I didn't hate Solo. I thought Solo was a film.
I didn't hate Solo, but it absolutely. I mean, we've said it before. All the backstory you need for Han Solo is in that one shot of him sat at the cantina table and shooting Greedo. Like that is literally all you need. So everything else just felt so not required.
Yeah.
Who shot first?
JR? I don't know.
I mean, like the what is the actual correct answer at the moment? Have they changed it? I think they've changed it back to Han shooting first, but Greedo says something to him. He says
McClunky.
Which clearly means I'm about to shoot you, so you're morally justified in reaching for your blaster.
Oh, McClunky.
It's so weird.
Which is probably like, now you'll die.
We don't want Han to be moral. That's the moral of this, though, isn't it? So
it is. That's moral.
Yeah. The moral of the moral is that we don't want him to be moral.
Moral. The more you say the word moral, the less it sounds like a real word.
Oh, that's any word,
it's one of
though,
those,
isn't it?
Moral.
The one that always strikes me in American football is when we're leading up to playoffs, everyone talks about clinching. So they clinched a playoff spot, they clinched the division, they clinched the number 1 seed. And they say, and people say, including myself, say the word clinch so much that the word clinch stops to make mean anything. And it's a real word that if you feel like you're constantly saying it wrong as well. Well, they've clinched then, and then you'd have to like rethink, is clinched even a real word? That doesn't even sound right anymore. So that happened.
Yeah, that's a weird one.
That's a cool story, bro.
Yeah, thanks. One for the book. That one's for you, Duncan.
A Duncan Dote.
Yeah.
What would an episode be without a Duncan Dote?
Yeah. What else have you been up to, Russ?
Trying to think. I think that's about it, really.
Cleats.
Watched
Cleats is another good one. Yeah.
Watched the latest series of Ghosts. That is such a good show.
I've not watched any of that. Is it good?
It's very, very good. Like really, really good. It's I mean, it's just like all those really funny British people doing cool stuff. So definitely worth a watch. And there's something coming. I don't know when we're getting it, but did you ever watch Murder in Successville?
Yes. Apparently Tom's frozen. I'm looking at the screen and the post he's frozen. It is amazing.
It looks very deep in thought. So there's an American reimagining of Murder in Successville. It's just called Murderville, I think, but it's Will Arnett being the main character, like leading the
Will
sort
Arnett.
of improv murder investigation. So it's coming out on Netflix soon, but I don't know if it's coming here. But I'd really very much like to see that.
Has anyone watched any Always Sunny yet?
No, saving it up.
until it comes to Netflix.
It's on Netflix.
Oh, right. Well, then I'll start watching it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I watched The Gentleman, Guy Ritchie film.
What do you think?
Any good?
Liked it. Really enjoyed that. Yeah, me and the missus watched it. We liked it.
I thought, what's his face? Coach. I can't remember the real name.
Colin Farrell.
Colin Farrell was the highlight of it.
Colin Farrell was the highlight of it, but I have to say that Hugh Grant really surprised me.
As the sleazy reporter.
He was fucking brilliant. He was so good. It was great to see Matthew McConaughey literally sleepwalking through a role. I mean, honestly, that dude has serious acting chops, but he did not need to flex them at all, and in any scene of this film. But he was still quite good and intimidating. It resolved itself well. I liked it. I was really impressed. And actually, that's pretty much all I've done that is anything noteworthy, apart from playing through the entirety of Halo Infinite for a second time on a higher difficulty setting, which was far more challenging and actually made the open world less of a, oh wow, it's another set of trees, and turned it back into, fuck me, this is a threatening place to be. It was great. It was really good playing it a second time on a higher difficulty setting. Also, brilliant, Hitman 3 is on Game Pass on the PC.
All three of them.
It is, all three of them. It's far, far more fun playing it on the PC than it is on the console. I always find it always really janky on the console, but on the PC, man, you can be absolutely pinpoint. And the cock-up cascade, as Zero Punctuation calls it, scenario, is not as prevalent in the PC version. It doesn't feel like everything spirals out beyond all control. You often feel a bit more lethal, which I quite like.
But I quite like the cock-up cascade in the Hitman games. Like, of the, oh shit, I've really fucked up now, what do I do? You're like, have you seen have you seen a guard around here that got a barcode on his neck and you're just hiding in like a laundry basket? Oh shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's...
The ones for me is always all right, so I've capped that guy really quietly. Yeah. I've hidden his body. Oh shit, that civilian's just seen me. Quick cap them, hide them in the same place. Oh shit, now I've just been spotted by someone else. Fuck, now, oh god, now I'm in a firefight. Oh shit, fucking Christ. Oh no, now I'm literally holed up in a tiny little house trying to kill everyone. Oh god.
I think my like approach just doesn't work with those games. Like, I'll think I have a really good idea, and then 30 seconds later, I'm like in my underwear holding a fish instead of a gun and just running. And it's there's been a bit of an issue.
I seem to remember spending an awful lot of time on scaffolding, in that game as well. So yeah, it's good fun though. I enjoy like the 10 minutes I play of them. So I think I'll probably play a bit more on Game Pass at some point, maybe. Probably not.
That's the Game Pass dream, isn't it? To have hundreds of games that you can play 10 minutes of.
I need to start deleting stuff from my hard drive's full, really. Jack says... Or, I need to buy a new hard drive. Jack says... still need to catch
how
up
many
on
games do you need installed at any one time, realistically?
They're probably about 30, right?
50, 70.
I don't see what your point is here, actually, Russ, if I'm honest with you. Jack says needs to catch up on Always Sunny. Only 16 seasons to go. Yeah, it's worth it though, Jack. It is really, really funny.
And I was like, it sounds like a lot, but like, me and my wife have watched through all of Always Sunny like multiple times. You can just, it's like you can just chain them. You can knock off 15 episodes in an evening. It feels like it's so watchable. You don't get fatigued. It's like I
agree.
When our first child was born and we were basically sat up all night staring at the TV, we just sort of started at episode 1, and then before we knew it, we'd finished it all.
Yeah. Exactly, yeah. It's so watchable. It's something you can put on in the background as well and just keep watching. What else have you been up to, Russ? Sorry.
Trying to think. I need to get back into Halo Infinite. I think I must be about halfway through. I'm like down to the very bottom of the map and have started going back up. So I'm guessing I'm about halfway through the game. But I just got distracted by beavers, man, and that's all I've been able to concentrate on.
Russ, you're constantly getting distracted by beaver.
I know. Well, they just introduced all these new things. But I think I've now done everything that I can realistically do in Timberborn, and it's at the point now, like if I like start any new little districts in my settlement, it'll just be to sort of redo more stuff that I've done before. I've built some insane, ridiculous resource wasting, pointless structures and things. So I think I'm gonna knock that on the head for a bit. Like, it's not even fully released yet, so I'm gonna wait until it comes out of early access, and then because they've got like different tribes of beavers that have different sort of different resources and buildings and things available to them. There's only 2 of them at the moment, but I'm guessing when it comes out of early access, there'll be at least 1 more faction. So I'm going to try and give up the beaver for a bit, and then just dive straight back in when they update it.
Oh yeah, definitely. Just you do that. That sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
Head first. Get straight back into it.
In all seriousness, highly recommended. Really, really, really nicely balanced game where it's like challenging, but you never, unless if you fail, it's because you did something stupid. It's
see, I want to play it, but do you know what the problem is?
Me?
No, it's not on Game Pass. It's not on Game Pass.
It's not very expensive. I think it's like 15 quid or something on Steam.
Well, I did pay that for a game recently, so maybe actually. But yeah. Anything else, Russ?
Just trying to think. No, I think that's probably about it. I did along with everyone else. I did buy Cyberpunk when it was down to like 15 quid.
Me too.
I haven't actually fired it up yet.
I have played, I think, an hour after I stayed up till 2 a.m, making sure it downloaded properly.
Can't even trust it to download properly. It's probably gonna
no
do something stupid on you.
So I think one of the first cutscenes, everyone was gliding around with their arms like this,
and you're just like, all right, yeah, it's still like that. I'm out.
I was kind of like that. Oh shit! And then the water wasn't as impressive as I'd hoped, which just made me not blame the game, but blame my stupid graphics card. And then I played the tutorials, and one of the tutorials wouldn't let me do something. I think it was scanning. So I had to restart the tutorials, and then when it got into the game, it's quite good fun. It's all right with what I've played so far. It's not awful. I think the best thing that could have happened for me playing that game was leaving it a bit before I played it to let my expectations die down.
I mean, my expectations are pretty low because all I've heard of is people talking about how broken it is. So like, if I get to a menu screen, I'm going to be pretty delighted.
Yeah, the driving's terrible, but
driving is always terrible in a game that doesn't have driving at its core, though.
That's true. That's very true. I watched all of season 3 of What We Do in the Shadows finally.
Excellent! It's so good.
I've kind of been saving up. It just consistently hilarious. I like the fact that Matt Berry's character Laszlo just becomes more and more of a pervert as the series goes on, basically. And there's an entire episode where he spends the whole episode in a library looking at porn.
Mm-hmm.
And it's still a worthwhile episode. That's where he finds his car, isn't it? Which is a hybrid because it's half petrol, half coal. So it's amazing. It's so good. What else have I been up to? Played a little bit of Forza. I haven't played enough. I need to play more of that. I will be playing more of that. What we've got coming up. And I watched all of The Witcher, season 2.
No, I'm nice. Saving that. Is that good? I've heard good things.
Yes, very good.
It is
very
really
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, really good.
Really good. And it caused me to, because they had it on Steam for £2.98, bought The Witcher 1 and 2.
Aren't they on Game Pass?
No, not the first two. The Witcher's not Game Pass. Think about it. I already own The Witcher 3 though, so.
Oh, I love The Witcher 3.
It's so good.
You can pick up the full edition on GOG.com for cheaps.
It's like £7 or something silly like that.
Yeah, man, it's mental, but it's huge. Like that is a fuckload of content. It's basically 3 full Witcher games in one package,
and it's better than Cyberpunk.
Oh, much better. Yeah, CD Projekt Red are their absolute pinnacle.
Yeah.
The
Witcher 3 is great, but I bought The Witcher 1 and The Witcher 2 because they were £2.98 basically. I think the idea is that the trilogy was a total of like £10 on Steam, but they let you buy the other 2 parts of the trilogy because I bought the other one off Steam for like £2.98. So yeah.
Interestingly, not to constantly mention Holly Bennett all the time, but I thought for a while she was trying to distance herself from CDPR after she left the company, but she's just recently been on her Instagram account wearing a load of Witcher 3 merchandise that CD Projekt Red sent to her. And I have to feel it's a bit like that time when George W. Bush awarded Tony Blair that big medal, the great big gold one that looked like a mayor's medallion. To be a bit like, it wasn't just me. I feel like CD Projekt Red were being a bit like, she was definitely part of it. Like, let's not forget, Holly Bennett was part of the big cover-up, and all that sort of stuff. Allegedly.
Yeah, that's the other thing about Cyberpunk is it is not even close to the game we were promised.
No.
Not even close.
Not even close to what was displayed in Night City Wire, which was the PR stunt with the interviews and showing the world off and all that sort of stuff, which shocking.
It's dreadful, yeah. Rewatching Community, because it's really good background TV series. That's great. Watched Black Panther again the other day. Cried my eyes out. Not pretty certain that I'm going to cry my way through Wakanda Forever when that comes out as well.
Totes emotion.
Yeah, I mean that is going to have like an extra layer of impact that nothing else would really. So it's going to be interesting. I've actually been enjoying going back and listening to old Empire spoiler special podcasts of them talking about all the Marvel movies and making ridiculously wrong predictions about what's going to happen in the upcoming ones. It's been quite good fun.
I've not listened to any podcasts that aren't American football podcasts, so I can't say I've done much podcast listening to apart from people want to know. I mean, the Athletic podcast is really good. That's all I'll say. But yeah,
I seem to be. I've just been looking at the feed. My feed seems to be frozen, and Dan's is frozen.
Yeah, my internet's a bit sketchy tonight, but it seems to be mainly manifesting in you two freezing. So just make sure that you're maintaining a dignified pose at all times, as Dan has just frozen with his massive hydrate in his face.
Well, I wasn't, because I noticed that the frame that I was frozen on, I was in this pose. As if I'd literally just done a guff and I didn't like my own brew.
Did you do a guff, Tom?
No, I did not. I don't guff. I never guff.
Yeah,
and if I do, it smells like sweet perfume.
It is a bit crappy. The audio's okay, so just carry on regardless. But you two, you basically look ridiculous. But there's nothing we can do about that.
Yeah, I've just seen me with the giant hydrate bottle. So yeah, Tom, Witcher 2. Witcher season 2, really, really good, right?
Yeah, really good.
Without really spoiling anything, it just kind of hits the ground running because you know all the characters already. That's the one thing I really like about The Witcher is I know all these characters. Like I thought I was going to go into this one having not seen The Witcher for like a year and a half, and forget who all the characters were. But no, I immediately know who they were as well.
It's not too big a cast of characters yet, is it? It's quite a contained story for something that feels so epic.
Well, the first series was very much sort of a bit more epic and a bit more each character was getting a lot of airtime and in different locales and all that kind of stuff, and it does feel like the second series was tightened up significantly and focuses a lot more on the relationships between characters, so ultimately ends up with a much tighter set of locales. And I mean, the monster design is still fucking brilliant. I mean, it's so good. Oh, it's brilliant. It's just great. I don't want to spoil it for you, Russ, because if you're going to watch it, it's well worth going.
I am going to. I'm considering bashing through the first series first as well, because there's not all that many of them, are there?
I got sent a great screenshot the other day. It says, when I watch The Witcher with my girlfriend, she tends to go to the bathroom within a minute of Cavill appearing on screen. She tends to take quite some time there. Don't know what she's doing inside, but anyway, it gives me enough time to fap one out over Cavill. It just cracked me up.
That's very true.
This is so funny. It's so funny. Yeah.
It is good. He's clearly having so much fun in that role, and like really inhabiting the character very nicely. Like there were some question marks over his casting and over the costume and stuff like that, but it just goes to show, don't judge it till you've seen it, because it's I don't think many people have got an issue with him in the role.
Also, Yeah, he just. So I saw. You know how I think we mentioned this on the pod before. The whole cleans up nice thing. Like when you see like someone in a suit and they clean up nice. Someone said there should be a Grimes up nice, which is like Aragorn and Viggo Mortensen as Aragorn, and obviously like Henry Cavill as Geralt. Like they do look a bit better, a bit grimy. Yeah,
but
when Aragorn
sure, he looks great in the coronation at the end, but
no,
when he
not the same.
When he storms back into what's it called? Not Gondor, the other one, the horsey place, and smashes the door down and comes in slow motion, all drippy and grubby.
Peak Aragorn, that.
Rohan, that's the place.
Yeah. Look
at this freeze face. This is what I'm stuck on right now.
That's amazing. Look at mine. Mine.
Unfortunately, this only works for you two because you're frozen in a different pose as far as everyone else is concerned. Tom seems to be examining a gourd, and Dan just looks like he's had some bad news.
It's ridiculous. This is such subpar viewing. I'm so sorry. I am much better in full motion.
Just keep moving.
Oh yeah, that'll do it. That'll really fucking confuse it. So next time I'm just going to be a blur. Anyway, how are we doing? We nearly done?
Yeah.
I'm tired of balls, man.
How are we doing? Can we get out of here soon?
Yeah, can we get out?
I've got shit to do.
We're good. Let's go. Come on.
Okay, so with that...
that is broadly all the news, isn't it? It's Sony. That's the news.
Yeah, it's broadly the news.
So with that,
we wrap up another lovely pod. It's been great to be streaming again. And thanks very much for watching. Thanks very much for listening. If you're watching, wave. Everyone wave. Not that they're going to get any of that effect.
It's going to be just
Dan
me.
and I are frozen. It's just Russ waving. So, yeah, thanks very much. If you've got any news, views, or opinions on anything we've discussed, please do hit us up on the social Windy Pops media platforms. We're on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Just use the handle @TMTOH. And you'll be able to get in touch with us. Or if you want to chat with us on Discord, please go to Instagram and go to the bio, and you'll find a link to our Discord right there. There's probably some pods coming up. Dan, what do we got? What's the roster?
All the pods are up to date now, finally. I got them back up. And this one will be up podcast form on Sunday, probably.
So sometime this week.
Yeah, exactly.
Excellent. No, that's great. So, yeah. Do tune in on whatever platform you would like to listen on.
There will be a Marvel pod coming up soon. We're just trying to discuss the topic. And just quickly, Adam says Tom did seem like he was smelling his finger for quite a while earlier. So there's that.
Yeah. I've been tickling fish today, so the odour is quite strong.
Pungent.
It is. So, yeah, there we go. Thanks very much for watching. Bye, Russ.
Toodaloo.
Bye, Dan.
Bye, Tom.
It's bye from me, Tom, and on that note, let's cue the music.